You should be recording. Today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about flags. I'm going to share my screen. Let me show you what we're looking at today. We are talking about how flags symbolize what an organization or group of people are. So today, you're going to create your own flag, which you can symbolize yourself or some set of people or organization you like. All right. And you're going to use colors, shapes, and pictures in order to do that. Today's exercise assignment is graded, so please put your best effort in. We're going to use a half sheet of paper, markers, scissors, and pencil. Write your name on the back. Make sure you use the class code. Third grade and up needs to put your last name on the back. And you can make more than one flag if you want to. Teachers, please take roll if you can. I have printouts on the cart next to my computer. So tips, the flag should be somewhat close to the same size as the paper you're getting. You can cut some stuff off of it, but don't cut it into little teeny tiny small bits, because that just probably will be hard for me or you to even make heads or tails. Flags are usually whole things, not things attached to them in sort of strange ways. So I want you to do your best. All right, here you go. What flags can you name? There are a whole bunch of different flags from all around the country, or cities and other ones have flags. Let's go through some of that. Flags are symbols, symbolic. That means that they stand for something. They communicate. All right, they communicate like an art piece does. A lot of countries have flags. Most of them do. States have flags. States in our country all have flags, and what's on them is particularly important to that particular place. And there's the bear is special to California, and this Maryland, that's the Calvert symbol. They settled this area. DC has a flag. San Francisco has a flag. New York City. These are all cities that have flags. Organizations like the Scout Troops, the Lions Club, which is a charity organization of some sort, and the Red Cross all get together and they all have flags. Companies have flags. IKEA, Kohl's, Facebook. Usually it's their logo. Many sports teams have flags. Barcelona has a flag. Golden State, the Ravens all have flags. But any name team you can name probably has a flag. Some musician groups, some rock bands and stuff like Wu-Tang Clan has a flag. Beatles have flags. Many religions have flags. So you could see the ones that are up there. All sorts of different religions seem to have flags. All right. One of the things that all flags in common is, as I said before, they communicate in order to advertise the values of the group. For the most part, I mean that's a very general description. You could have flags for warning, like essentially a pirate flag is a warning flag. It tells you that you should not mess with these folks, that they're dangerous. But we have flags for seasonal things, like outside of people's houses. They put things up for fall and spring and stuff like that as a means of saying, talk about their values. And then car racing has flags to tell people when it's over or there's a hazard. Some flags are not always rectangular. So you can see these are non-rectangular flags, sort of triangular-like, some of them. Many flags have things on them. A lot of times they're animals, or there can be buildings like castles and stuff on, or people, and that kind of thing can be on flags. So you can really, anything that you want to put on a flag, you can. You see the red dragon of Wales. Mexico has an eagle. Wyoming has bison. The flags come in many colors. As many colors, I guess, as you could think of, they would have flags for. There are many different kinds of shapes, but you'll notice that a lot of flags are made out of simple shapes like rectangles or triangles or squares. Sometimes there are some shapes that don't really have names, like this Y shape on the South African flag. Um, generally speaking, flags are a simpler design because they have to be seen from far away, and we have lots of little details on it, and they don't always get seen so well. So this works a lot like what we've been talking about. You have here somebody who's thought of and is designing a flag. All right. So she thinks of what the flag is going to look like, then she creates a flag. All right. And then we see the flag. If we know what the symbols all mean, that may have, we may understand exactly what she's trying to communicate with that flag. In this case, we have the American flag, which has 50 stars, one for each state. So that's some symbols. And then there are 13 original colonies, which is why there are 13 stripes on there. Many pictures have special meanings to them, like the peace dove and the green colors can have special symbolic values. Shapes can. This shape, the way this is set together, means play, and it comes from cassette tapes and stuff from back in the day. That's been the play symbol really since then. So today, every grade has its own big idea. So the big idea really is a message that we want to get across. So kindergarten is curiosity and wonder, and the flags can fit into all those big ideas. So in this case, it's just amazing that there are all these different kinds of flags. That's wondrous, right? First grade. Every place, every country has its own flag pretty much, and you could see that it represents them. So it represents a place. Second grade is community. We see flags throughout our community. Many times they can be on our porches and that kind of thing. This is representing fall, and then maybe the other one over here is spring. The middle one is a sports team, but you go to the mall or something like that. Sometimes there are flags right outside in the parking lot telling you about sales and stuff. Third grade is story, and I'm going to tell everybody a story. Everybody should know the story about the American flag and the anthem, the music that's special to our country, that is an important symbol for America is the Star Spangled Banner, which is our anthem. And the words come from a patriot named Francis Scott Key, and he was held prisoner on one of the ships that was bombarding, which means they were shooting at this fort that the Americans were protecting an area, and they were being fired upon, and it looked like that they might not make it in the fort. So when Key woke up the next day after this bombardment, expecting that the fort had been taken or had surrendered, he was happy to see the flag up. So he wrote a poem about it, and then that was set to music, and we've been using it as a special song for our country ever since. So there's a story behind our flag, all right? The Star Spangled Banner. Fourth and fifth, your big ideas, tradition and transformation. The American flag has a tradition of the 13 stripes, right? And then every time there is a new state added, they add more and more stars, all right? And so it rearranges that section. I believe the original ones were in a circle, all right? So you can see how there's a certain tradition, but it transforms, it changes over time. Here's your demonstration, and I'm going to go through it very quickly. I decided to make something that basically, notice I used a half sheet. I had to cut mine, and I didn't use the ones from the school because I wasn't there. I'm making one, something for a society that likes the Egyptian stuff. There's a whole bunch of people that are interested in Egyptian stuff, and there are groups that study it particularly, even amateurs. All right, so I put a triangle in there to stand for a pyramid, and then I decided that I would make the sky above it, and the sky above it actually has a little outline around it, so that when I color it in, it doesn't go right up next to the color, and then it sort of makes it You can see how I colored the inside of the triangle, and now I'm coloring around it, leaving a little force field around it. All right. So then I'm going to color that whole section in. And I'm going to tell you, if your marker doesn't work the way mine's were, or I just didn't have any other options, you do. If you don't have a marker that works, let's get rid of it. This should have been colored in pretty solid, and it wasn't. So I don't want you to leave a lot of white spaces the way I did. So then you see I colored that one in. And then the next one I did was like a picture of a cat. And then I colored the cat in black. All right. So that's a silhouette, which means it's like a little shadow drawing. And now I'm coloring in around the cat, and I left a little force field so the cat really pops off the page. So, and then you get to the end, and all right, so I'm putting my name on the back. It should have been done really from the beginning, and you need to use a pencil or else it'll go right through the other side. Make sure you put your class code. Look at these. You have two, right? Two different examples. All right. The last thing I want to just say is to remember today, all right, we're going to come up with our own original designs. All right. And you're going to symbolize yourself or a group or something using colors, shapes, and pictures to do that on your flag and sort of get some ideas from these flags. These are all made up flags. And then of course you're going to use these materials, paper, markers, scissors, and the pencil. Definitely write your name on the back. All right. Hope you guys had a good, we'll have a good day. I'll see you next week. Stop the share and stop the recording, and we will see you soon. Bye.